Are you ready to break the cycle of being the old you and become a brand new you, to begin to live the life you've always dreamed of but never dared to dream it was really possible for you? I'm going to tell you in the next few minutes how to do it the Joe Dispenza way. What I'm going to share with you here in just the next few minutes changed my life more in the last year and a half than 50 plus previous years combined. You are going to go away from this with the tools you need to change it all, and we're going to start right now. And at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus on how this all connects with ancient scriptural principles, and this has been a technique that's been around for thousands of years. Let's get into it. I'm Jim, y'all, and I found peace, purpose, and prosperity in my life. I believe you can have the same, and I can help. If that sounds like something you want more of, I invite you to subscribe below. There's a link right here below and also in the comments. If you want to discuss working one-on-one with me, click the link. We can book a free call and do that together. But what is this principle of Joe Dispenza that can change your life? It is simply this: thoughts and feelings are what's driving the person you are right now. It's who's created the you that you have become over the course of your life. Thoughts become things in our life, is what Dr. Joe would say. And the way they become things is through this progression. The thoughts you think that were pre-programmed into you about how life works and how God is and the universe works and people around you work, most of that came to you before around the age of 7, when your brain was open as a learning center and it was in a theta wave state. All we know about life kind of gets programmed in those early years, and we go on to reinforce those beliefs and that thinking throughout our life. And Dr. Joe would say those thoughts have feelings, strong emotions attached to them, and those emotions combined with those powerful thoughts keep us trapped in our familiar past. If you're wanting to live a new life, you've got to get an escape plan from the old thoughts and the old feelings that keep driving the old you. But those things are powerful, because what happens when we combine thoughts and feelings in our life, they cause us to act in a certain way. They drive our behaviors. If you keep wanting to get out of an addiction, or you keep wanting to get out of the circumstances of your life and create a new life, and you've tried and tried, but you keep falling back into whatever life it is you no longer want to live, the truth is those powerful thoughts and emotions wrapped up are keeping you there, and it's keeping the same old behaviors going in your life. But if you can change that, you can change your thoughts, you can change your feelings about those thoughts, and now you've got a new superpower taking place in your life, and you can start to change your behaviors. And guess what happens when your behaviors change? When you start acting in a new way, doing new things because you're thinking in a new way and you're feeling in a new way about what's possible in your life, you're going to create a new reality, because you start believing in a new way. You start believing new things are possible, all things are possible, that it's only you that's holding yourself back. And man, when you change your beliefs, guys, I want you to understand you change it all, because you're on track to then change your identity. And that's exactly what happened to me over this last year and a half. It took me a long time of doing this, and I want to save you some of that time of reading a lot of different books. Joe Dispenza was one of the guys that helped me along this journey to understand some of this the most. But I read a lot of books. I watched a ton of hours of video over the last year and a half on how do we change our life? How do we reprogram our subconscious? How do we think in a new way, believe in a new way, be a new way? And basically what I discovered is this: I was my own worst enemy. It was only Jim holding Jim back, and it's only you holding you back. I finally came to a place that I was able to dig down and say, Jim, you feel small. That was one of my biggest struggles. You feel insignificant. You feel like you can live a better life, but you can't live your best life because you think you don't have the ability. You think you're not smart enough. You think you're not talented enough. You think you don't have the opportunities other people have. And guess what? I found out those were all lies that I'd told myself over time. And when I stopped believing the lies, when I let go of my familiar past and I began to develop a roadmap to my potential future, to the life I really wanted to live, suddenly I started thinking a different way. I started feeling a different way, and it made me start behaving a different way. And guess what happened? I created a new belief system. And when I created a new belief system, my identity began to change. And now all these doors are opening for me with coaching and helping guys just like you. Over the last year, The sales job that I've worked in just exploded in growth. I've made more money. I've attracted more clients. It's just been a wild, crazy journey and ride. And to me, it's not all about finances and all of that. It's really more about freedom. And my life is becoming more and more and more free with every step I take on this new journey that I'm on. And you can do the same. But what about this ancient scriptural principle? In the ancient scriptures, the Apostle Paul said these powerful words: forgetting what is behind, I press towards the goal that is ahead. And he goes on to say that goal is in Christ Jesus. Now, what is he talking about? The very things Dispenza is saying, two things: letting go of our familiar past, forgetting what is behind, letting go of the old you, that you that has told you you can't, that you that has told you you don't have the fortune or the ability or the resources some people have or the opportunities. Letting go of all that thinking, that stinking thinking is what I like to call it. Letting go of your past is where it all starts. Just to release that and say, I'm done with the old Jim. You're done with the old you, and pressing toward what is ahead, the goal. And what does it mean to be in Christ? Well, it means, I believe, connected to source, that universal power called God, whatever you believe that to be, as they say in AA, the God of your understanding, connecting to that source and that force intimately. And when you do that, you open up all the power of the universe. You open up all the power of the infinite, of the divine. And once you're connected there, everything is on the table. Nothing is off limits. You get past your limitations because you've let the past go. You've embraced a new future. And guess what you're doing? You're living in the powerful now of a new you. And that's where power's at, my friend. That's where you change it all. And if that's something you're wanting to do today, I'd love to help you to do it. Like I said, click on the link below, book a free call with me, and let's talk about how I can help you get on the road to being a brand new you. But right now, tell me in the comments, what is one area you would like to break the cycle of being the old you and start becoming a new you? Tell me in the comments, break that cycle, let go of that past, and press towards a brand new, unlimited future, because you have unlimited potential.